Hello, Louvre. Welcome back to C4 TV. As we always say, we always try to bring people together so that we can have a good talk where you can learn one thing or two from somebody. Maybe it can be applied to your life and get to be useful to you. So that's why we always bring some guests who are going to inspire us or gonna share their stories. And today I have somebody else in the studio of C Forward, and I think it's not the first time you saw her. She has been here before. So welcome back on C Forward TV. You are with your host Topher, and now I have...
I am Latasha A. Brown.
Latasha Brown in the studio. So welcome back on C Forward. It's been a while.
Yeah, it has.
When is the last time we talked,
I think it was a few years back.
Yeah.
You know, I think it was when we first actually met.
Yeah. So, but there's another one I think we did here, but yeah, it's been a while basically. So welcome back, and I always like to talk to you, and many people can be able to learn one thing or two from your story. And today, if somebody is following us, I would invite you to join us in this talk. We're going to talk about like the way somebody can dream, how you can achieve your dream, and why it is important to have a purpose in your life. And we're going to talk down about also like the way you can achieve those dreams.
Yeah.
And we're going to see your story. We're going to talk to you, and I think you're going to share us with your story about all those things. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you.
So before we go anywhere, I would like to ask you like mainly about your story. Like, who were Latasha Brown before like the woman we see today, with all the things you're doing in the community? I've attended some of your events, and they were so like motivating, and there were a lot of people there, like learning about like investing, stuff like that. So before everything, let me take you back. Like, how did it begin?
Oh my goodness. So I would say the person that I was back then, I was completely a different person. I was honestly couldn't imagine being a business owner. That wasn't something that was in the eye seen for myself, for my future. But I was someone that was, I don't know, I always felt like I looked at other people and could never imagine that I could do those things. I wasn't very, as far as my, self-esteem, I just seen myself as, just kind of working as a radiologic technologist, that's something that I still do now. But yeah, so I think through this journey of creating this hospitality brand, creating Global Lofts, I've been able to just grow as a woman. And I think it's also been something that's been very empowering, because it seems like on a day-to-day basis, I'm always doing something new and something that absolutely terrifies me. And the past Tasha would have, or actually did, really didn't do a lot of things. Like, I just allowed the fear to take over. So, but now I've just been challenging that and growing through that, and just seeing how much you can experience and grow from not allowing the fear to take over, and just still pushing through that.
So as you mentioned, so now as somebody who were like curious to know who we have in the studio, so you say now you the owner and founder of hospitality brand called?
Yes, so it's called Global Lofts. There's this backstory behind that. So this for me has been over probably an 8-year journey. So there is definitely some growth and perseverance just in that, with it being such a long journey. But originally for me, I created the brand just out of my desire and how much I love real estate. I'm also a real estate agent as well. Just loving real estate, and kind of got into learning more about hotels. So I had went to this networking event, and somebody was talking to me about an organization of African American hotel owners and developers, and that blew my mind. I'm like, I had no idea that someone who looked like me could own hotels. So from there, I just have been on this journey of just discovering and learning as much as I can. I dove into the space of hotels, hospitality, just in a sense of, connecting with different people in the area, in the field, because, like I said, my background is medical. Mm-hmm. I've been, by trade, I'm an X-ray tech. So just learning about this totally different space was terrifying on, all in itself. But so I started this journey, and, I've always loved learning about other people, learning about cultures, and not being able to travel like how I wanted to. So I pretty much immersed myself in the Louisville international communities. That's one of the reasons how we met. Mm-hmm. Being a part of the Louisville Welcome Academy.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, which was
it like
with the globalization. Well, they used to be the globalization office, but
back in 2020.
That was in 2022.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That was back in 2022. So I wanted to create this brand to be able to just show and celebrate the joy of different cultures, right? And then specifically focusing on the African diaspora.
All right, so we go through like specifics of what Global Loft is all about. Mm-hmm. But before we dive into that, I still want to know like kind of like your background. Okay. Like the way you translate. Let's talk about like your academic. Like how was it like when you were growing up? Maybe tell us where you're from, like are you originally from Kentucky or something like that? Then we see the journey, how you were like developing and the transition as a person.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. So I am originally from Fort Campbell, Kentucky. It's a military base. My father was a pilot in the military. Mm-hmm. So I moved here to Louisville back in 2020. No, it was back in 2013. I had got a job at the dental school, so that's what brought me here. And still at that point in time, I didn't have there was no creation of the business, none of that.
You were just working.
I was just working. I was just working. But for me, I always had this kind of desire inside of me. Like I knew that there was something that I wanted to do, but I never knew what that was as far as my purpose, like on this earth. Like what is my purpose for my life, right? Mm-hmm. And so I was searching for that for a really long time. Like I knew that there was something great, something that I needed to birth, something that I needed to bring into the world, but I didn't know really what that was. So for me, like I said, when I first moved to Louisville, I didn't have any idea about business and wanting to do those things. So it's been a growth process for me. Mm-hmm. I've learned a lot about myself. And at that time, like I said, I wasn't confident at all. I looked to other people's lives and wished that I was that person, or I wish that I was more bold, and ambitious, right? I was very, very timid. Didn't like talking.
You were? Okay.
Didn't like talking, mm-hmm. So now all the things I do now, I just, takes time, over time.
Yeah. So let's say there's a young person there who is mm-hmm. figuring out things for themselves. So this is I think when you're growing up, one of the challenge you made is like knowing who you were and what you want to accomplish in this life. And many people get lost in the way, and they lose purpose, or they just live just by living. Maybe be like
trying to survive.
To survive, paying bills without a dream. And what would you say were like techniques you used, like to know, like to figure out, I'm gonna do this, I really need this, and let's say in hospitality or real estate, to know this is gonna be my niche. I want to focus on this, because many people, they just jump from one thing to another. They don't have a plan. Did you use any techniques that you can share?
Trial and error. Trial and error, and I think just leading with, for me, an idea of I want to at least try. You know, I don't want to live with any regrets. And I think so, you know, for me, I think honestly, I lean heavily onto my faith as well. So just trying to allow things to happen naturally and for them to not be forced. So, and I'm still doing that now, like figuring through things with the hotel brand and making decisions and trying to figure out whether you go left or right. Sometimes you just have to go that one path, try it out. If it doesn't work, then you can pivot to something else. But I think for me, heavily, it's been leaning on my faith is the biggest. I think also to trusting yourself, trusting myself with, my life and how things are going, and also the community, and the support that you have around you. I have a close, knit of friends, which I include you in that circle, and then also, my parents and things like that. So I think it's just one of those things that you have to, at the end of the day, you just have to believe in yourself. You have to have this crazy amount of faith and belief in yourself, which it almost sounds to me, sometimes it feels insane. You have to believe and see this vision that you have, even when other people may not see it. They may not know it. It may not be meant for them to see the vision, but you just have to have this crazy amount of faith in it and just try it out and do it and see what happens.
There's this saying that I saw, was it a song? I think this lady was singing it in AGT, and she sang, if the dreams don't make you fear, if you don't fear your dreams, they are not.
Yeah, if your dreams don't scare you, they're not big enough.
Yeah, they are not big enough. If your dreams don't scare you, they are not big enough. So I think the way I consider you is one of few people that I follow, who are just like you, who are into the mainstream, let's say those one, like Trevor or Steve, and people who have big brands. And when they're always talking about the way they begin, so it's just it's crazy stories that, dreaming, say that I'm gonna move to this place, go to this place, start over. So then they always talk about the fear in it itself. And some of them what I learn about them, they always mention going to therapy to help them maybe, I don't know what, I've never been to therapy. But even I think many people that I know in the community, it's still something that we just don't think it does exist or it does help. And with somebody like you who has this same drive, big dream that make you scared sometimes. Have you ever used it, or would you like to share about the importance, if it is something that helps you to shape who you are in your journey to successful life?
Yeah, absolutely. So are you talking about, as far as in reference to therapy itself?
Yes.
So I would say that, so even in the African American communities, when it comes to therapy, it's more of a stigma. We really don't believe in therapy. And I would say for me, I mean, I was the same for a few years. But what I have come to realize is that just as you go to the doctor, right, to take care of your physical body, for me, you have to take care of your spiritual body, your spiritual as well, and then you have to do the same with your mental health. And what I come to realize and understand to this point, with what I'm doing is so big that I have to be the healthiest version of myself, and striving and doing that every day to be the healthiest version of Tasha. So I've been in therapy on and off for probably about 3 years. And starting at the beginning of this year, I've been in it more frequent. So I'm in therapy every week. So my personal kind of story, I would say that I would share is that in last year, in the early part of this year, I had a lot of issues and situations where I experienced sickness, where I was consistently sick throughout the year. I had different things going on. I was in and out of the hospital. And what I come to realize that the reasons why I was so sick is because I was extremely burnt out. I was overworking myself. I was mentally fatigued because of just the different stress and things I had going on in my life. Plus, having this huge dream, right, and this purpose, and pushing all these things at the same time. That I got to a point where I had nothing left. And so for me, when I'm extremely stressed, it shows through my physical. So I get really sick. And so, I mean, it even got to the point, the early part of this year, like my aunt had to come and stay with me for a month because I don't even know what was wrong with me, but I was sick. I couldn't even take care of myself. That's how bad it was. Oh. And so I started back in therapy again, probably about May of this year, and consistently go every week. And for me, it has been absolutely life-changing. What I realize is that there are traumas and things that you experience in your past life that you don't realize that you continue to carry, and you carry it in your physical body. So I needed to release those things. So being able to heal these spaces, heal these past traumas and things that I had been through, is allowing me to be the full version of Tasha that needs to be able to carry out this purpose. So for me, it's absolutely, it's important. Yeah, it's important.
Yeah, it's important part of the life.
Yeah.
Like when you go there. So just as a follow-up question, like how you're feeling now after like going through those sessions?
Oh man, amazing. I feel amazing, truly, because I've had recently, I've had like a huge, really big breakthrough for me when it comes to, dealing with my therapy and being able to specifically heal from a past kind of situation that happened to me as a child. And now I feel more of a whole person. So now I can put the past things, to the side, and now I can move forward. Because like I said, being able to do this vision that I have is so big that I'm like, I have to be, there's no way that I can't be healthy in all aspects.
All right. So let's talk about this vision. We've been talking about vision, big dreams. Maybe somebody's curious. What is this big vision? Yeah. So let me tell you, people who are following us. One, I don't know. I think you're the only one I've ever met who told me something like that. It was like, because many people want to make it in life. They have some dreams, like things they want to achieve, but few has like those big dreams, like those ones that have changed the world we see today. Like somebody who created, let's say, brand of cars like Honda, let's say Ford. people who have created the chains of restaurants, like the one we see today. So those are the ideas that shape the world that we see today. And you are one of few people, like in my circle, I would say, who told me something like that. They'd be like, I'm gonna create something and I'm gonna be a billionaire. I was like, with a B? That's what I asked you before. I was like, with a B?
Yeah, in the last, our last interview.
I was like,
I remember that.
Yeah, because those are rare people. Like we don't normally see that. And you started, like you were working on it seriously and improving, started developing. So that's what we're talking about. So tell us of that for people who don't know anything about it. So tell us what is this big dream we were keeping talking about, and how did you start, and how is it like now, and just let people know about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I kind of spoke on a little bit on how it started, the backstory, as far as it started with the networking event, right? Meeting the friend and telling me about the organization of African American hotel owners. And so to me, this dream for me is being able to create a brand that celebrates just all of our differences, right? Different cultures, what makes us who we are. And then specifically, like I said, focusing on the African diaspora. And the reason for that, too, the other part of that is for a very long time for me as an African American, I felt that there was a bit of a detachment because I didn't know who I was fully. So a few years back, I did like an African DNA test, and on my maternal side, it showed me that I was 100% Cameroonian.
100%?
So, yeah, all the way down to the tribe, so the tribe of the Bemeleki people.
Which tribe you say?
The Bemeleki people.
Bemeleki? From in Cameroon?
In Cameroon.
Wow.
Yeah, so like for me as an African American, that gives me a sense of even more purpose, right? Like of a connection to Africa, which I feel, is my homeland where, I come from. So so that led me, like I said, that through the brand, to be able to have a space where I can share more just of all of the African diaspora, and having this hotel. So pretty much it would be these signature hotels, 50 rooms or less, in different parts of the world. And so currently, originally I had been looking at developing the hotel here in Louisville, in West Louisville. And it's not to say that my heart is still in this city in Louisville, but I'm feeling led to develop on the continent of Africa first. So we will see, so I'm really excited. Even like making that decision is terrifying to me, because we're talking about like these are multi-million-dollar projects.
Yeah.
And this will be my first. So I'm doing a lot of things that are terrifying, but I'm excited. So like I said, so right now currently researching and looking at Kenya to be the first possible location for the first development, and then growing from there. So I'm not stopping from there. So I'm looking
Kenyan in the audience, do you understand?
Connect with me, okay?
We have to drag her somewhere. We have to drag you somewhere else. Okay.
Yeah. So so that's the start. So at the base of it would be signature hotels. I can also foresee there's going to be other extensions from the brand. So for example, doing tours and things to Africa, right? So my focus would be for African Americans, right? They want to reconnect with the motherland, and being able to provide those opportunities and connecting us. Also having like I was currently starting and having like a global experience box. So like our gift box, right? Being able to focus and have different local, international businesses within that box. So I have a lot of things in my head. that I want to do that are going to be a part of the brand. But then also, too, another big part would be the community programming. So, for example, just had an event yesterday, the Louisville International Table, where we highlighted and featured 9 female-led businesses. So yeah, and it was a really good turnout. So yeah, and that's the first of many.
And you were also, just as you mentioned, that you were also named, I think, in Today's Women magazine.
Yeah.
Like one of the big entrepreneurs in the hospitality business, I think.
Yeah.
Right?
So I was so in 2023, I was voted the most admired woman in hospitality by Today's Woman. And what's I think is so, I won't say crazy, but I'm just really grateful at the fact that, I'm still in development. There's not an actual hotel yet, but so many people see me as a hotelier because I am. Like, even before the physical manifestation of a building, you had to believe it yourself. So, and that's what I've been doing. So just being able to be voted, most admired woman in hospitality has been truly an honor, and it says a lot.
Yeah, because you've been talking about it, I think, for a long time, and also tell people that something like that is needed in hospitality. So, if you describe it, the way, maybe you can add more, the way when you go to a hotel, you can see American hotel, maybe they have these decorations and stuff like that. Yeah. But your brand, the way I understand it, is to connect the 4 continents of the world. Where, if you are African, you can go to a hotel and you see yourself there. If you're Asian, Global Lofts. So yeah. Where you can enjoy your cuisine, your culture, and have it there. So that is something I think we don't normally see everywhere we go.
Yeah.
So tell us more about maybe somebody who to understand what Global Loft is about.
Yeah. So what I envision and see is that through the decor and the design, that would be specifically focused on the African diaspora. Also being able, it's a way for me to share my heritage too. So I'll do that through the design, and also through the food and beverage options that would be on site. And then when it comes to the community programming, that would be a part of the hotel. That's where it'll be the complete kind of global aspect. So just like the event yesterday, having things like that on site, but then also too being able to connect with the international communities and the businesses that are within that local location of the hotel.
All right. So I think now the audience, you are able to just grab the picture of what we're talking about here. And I want to ask you, have you ever been to the continent of Africa yourself?
Yes. And I'm planning to go back next year. So I've been to Kenya and I've been to Ghana so far.
About Cameroon. You didn't go to
I have not yet. I'm going to go to Cameroon. Not yet. It's on my list.
Yeah, so drop in your comments, say, Latasha Brown, we want you to come to this country. Every country, put in the comments and invite her to your country.
Give me some suggestions.
Yeah.
So I wanna
Let's see who are going to give you many suggestions, and maybe you can pick another country and go there. So what stage are you in now, with developing that brand, as you said?
Yeah. So right now, like I said, I'm currently researching Kenya. I have communities of I'm connected to the community of Kenyans here in Louisville, but then also I've been doing some calls with individuals that are there, Kenyans that are in Kenya. So right now I'm just researching, kind of deciding on. I'm looking at specific areas, and once I narrow that down, then I'm gonna start looking at the cost and going from there. Currently connecting with architects, so all of that aspect right now. So the next step would be to, once I have a better idea as far as the total cost of the project, where I'm currently looking at that would work for what I'm looking to do to develop is putting it out there for investors. So putting it out there for people that are looking to be a part of the project, because there's opportunities to do that, to be a part of the brand and what we're building, because I always foreseen and knew that this wouldn't be something that I could build on my own. It's not meant to be for me to build on my own. It's meant to be built as a collective. So that's kind of our next steps. And then I'm planning to travel next year to Kenya so that I can start doing the research and things from there. So, and then outside of that, just continue to do different community programming and events here in Louisville. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So, is that the reason why, like, when before we begin this talk, there's a lady, she didn't know who you were. And she was like, you look like Kenyan. Like, it's the way they outfit. So I think the Kenyan has already won because you already started looking like them.
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah, because when she was like, when I see you, I didn't, like, I just thought you're an African. So that's good and inspiring story for her. What do you think?
Ask about the requirements if somebody wants to.
Yeah. We're going to go into that. So I think pretty much we have the idea now. Our next step is like someone who has following up with what we're saying. We're going to put some structure so that you get the idea. What is the Global Loft? You can visit our website. But as you said, this is something like everybody can be part of if they want. So what's the step to be involved in those developing bonds? So few people have ideas and some people have just skill set and others have
useful and
money and the others have money to invest.
Financial, yes.
Let's do that. So those categories, people have skill set, people have money to invest.
Okay.
And the others who have prayers.
Okay. I need all the prayers. I will take them. I need them all. Yeah. So I would first start with those that might have some skill sets that are possibly interested in being a part or contributing to what I'm currently doing and being a part of the brand. I would say the best thing is to reach out to me, to email me. And I'm sure you'll probably put this in the description, but. So I would say the best way is just to email me. It's Latasha, so Latasha at global-lofts.com. So just send me an email and we can connect that way. And then when it comes to like the financial aspect, right? Either those that you can donate, that's an option as well. And I would say the same, just email me, just reach out to me that way. But then for those that may want some type of like more of a long term, looking for a return on their investment and just being part of a long term, longer project, right? I would say the same. If you could, you can just email me at Latasha at global-lofts.com. Also too, if you're a serious investor, we do on our website, you can go to the investor page and we have like a short questionnaire survey. So if you can fill that out, that would be helpful too, because that'll give me an idea of different brackets of levels where individuals are interested in investing, and we can go from there.
Yeah. I think you guys got it. So I want to be part of it, because remember sometimes back in days Airbnb were beginning and they were talking about the ideas like this and they were like, now today we cannot.
It's like $1 billion.
It's a billionaire business. So we cannot be able to invest.
Can't sleep on it now.
See, so there's another project that I would like to mention, but you guys have to pay me to do this. So there's a similar, I wouldn't say if it's similar, but there's I think a lady who did the same thing. Is it a Pinnacle, Kigali? Did you follow that interview? I think I saw like they did a podcast about it. Okay. Then they have like really, really nice place in Kigali like that. And yeah, I mean, it's always, possible. And we don't want to be left out. And somebody who is in the audience wants to invest. See, this investor plan, investment plan where you can be part of it and make some money for future. Yeah. So to close, as a closure to this talk, what would you tell people, like as general message to someone who is struggling in their lives now? Be like, I need to do something. I need to start working on my big dreams, something like that. Because they always say every person has some dreams, but few people work on them.
Yeah. I would say take your time, don't force it. Because this dream of mine has almost been 10 years so far, thus far. But just continue to hold on it, be encouraged. Lean on your community, lean on your people. Don't go at it alone, right? That's what I would say. Yeah, be encouraged.
Good. All right. So I guess people who has followed this talk, they have learned a lot from you, and you are always welcome.
Yeah,
and if we have follow-up questions, like if people comment, we will bring you again, I think.
Okay.
So what I will say as closure, so Latasha Brown is one of the people, like I would say, a friend of African community, because she connects a lot, and you understand her dream is to do something on African continent, which many people, even from there, they don't usually do, So it's a fascinating story, and wish you the best.
Thank you.
And of course, you're gonna be part of it.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, I see somebody there, be like, I'm gonna be there. So, all right, guys, thank you for connecting with us again. This is See Forward. We always bring these kind of stories to inspire us, because we have to do something bigger than ourselves. So welcome back, always tune in, and we have more of this, and enjoy your time.